students. Myself Seema Kiwan, faculty at FPD, Jyoti Vidyapeeth University. Today I'm going to discuss with you disorders of foot. So there are foot, is a complex structure. It has talus bone, calcaneal bone, then the tarsals, then metatarsals, then the toes, and all type of muscles around there, the muscles which passes through the leg, then inserted at the foot, the different ligaments, intertarsals ligament, intertarsals ligament, and then there are many nerve supply like the branching of the tibial nerve, then the peroneal nerve. So this is all about the anatomy of the foot. Now there are disorders of the foot or the deformities of the foot. There are so many deformities which clinically has been found around the foot. We are going to discuss few of them here. So first of all, hallux valgus. The word hallux is for our first metatarsal, the big toe. The lateral deviation of the great toe at the metatarsophalangeal joint is called as hallux valgus. It is the commonest of the foot deformity, one of the commonest foot deformities clinically observed. People who habitually wear pointed shoes with high heels are more prone to have hallux valgus, or the people with rheumatoid arthritis RA. And it is also associated with the family history in 60% of the cases. The metatarsus primus varus, the varus angulation of first metatarsal predisposed to the hallux valgus. Okay, so the lateral deviation and rotation of the hallux, the great toe, and the prominence of the medial side of the head of the metatarsal is then called as bunion. Okay, so this is also a deformity when there is lateral deviation and rotation of the hallux has occurred, and the prominency will be there of the medial side of the head. The medial side of the head will see the you will see the prominency there, then it is called as bunion. Okay, so again there will be overcrowding of the lateral toes, nail faces medially, sesamoid bones of the flexor hallucis brevis displaced laterally. Okay, then the subluxation of the metatarsophalangeal joint will be seen there, and the overlying bursa and the soft tissue will be thickened. The osteoarthritis is common in long-standing case, like if the hallux valgus or bunion or this situation, this pathoanatomy will be standing for long time, then later on it will lead to the osteoarthritis of the joints, the bones there. Women between the age of 50 to 70 years are more involved, and usually this case is bilateral, and in early stage or until the osteoarthritis is there or the muscles has gone to weaken to take the weight of the body, it is usually asymptomatic, and pain is the most common symptom. If the symptom is there, then the pain will be the most common symptom. The shoe pressure on bunion will cause the pain. Splaying of the forefoot with the metatarsalgia, it will cause the pain. Then associated deformities in the lesser toes will cause the pain, like medial shifting, lateral shifting of them. And then the OA. If the OA will be persisting in long-standing ones, then the pain will be there. Then how we can see by observation or by the symptoms we can diagnose, and how we can confirm it with the X-ray. Okay, the increased metatarsal angle, the normal angle is less than 9 degree. So if the intermetatarsal angle has been increased, if it is more than 9 degree, then we have to see that if there is a hallux valgus. So normally the angle will be more than 15 degree. Now the treatment. How we will treat in adolescents is conservative treatment will be there. Wear shoes with side and deep toed boxes, like the front of the foot will be shoe will be broad. The soft and low heels will be advisable to the patient. Then the surgical management will be there. What if the deformity is severe, or it has been long standing, osteoarthritis has occurred, or there is much more chances of having occurrence of osteoarthritis, or the failure of conservative measurement is there, and pain is too much, the functional defect is there, then we will go for the surgical management. What can be the surgical management? The mild soft tissue balancing, metatarsal osteotomy, or double osteotomy, or osteoarthritis. If there is osteoarthritis, then arthrodesis. Arthrodesis is the fusion of the joint. Okay, so these are the various surgical management the patient has to go through. Now we will see in the conservative management, we will see the physiotherapy rehabilitation. So if the patient with hallux valgus come to you, physiotherapist, then first of all, we will hear the complaint, we will see the chief complaint, then with the observation on the basis of SOAP principle, we will do the assessment. And after assessing and deciding, okay, which muscles are weak and in which direction the malalignment is there, we will go through the symptomatic treatment. For the pain relief, we will take the help of the electromodalities like a contrast bath, or US, or heat therapies, or some IFT therapies. And then again, for the weakened muscle, we can do the strengthening of the intrinsic muscles of the foot with the pharetic foot bath, or with active or passive exercises. We can do some manipulation if it is in the early phase of the hallux valgus, and then the orthotics advice to maintain that position of that corrected position. So these are the like physiotherapy management for the hallux valgus. And then again for bunion also, we'll do the intrinsic muscle exercises, stretching, strengthening, then attempt to manipulate to lead to the proper alignment, and then maintenance of that alignment with taping, or advising some orthotics device, some customized orthotics. So in this way, treat the hallux valgus in physiotherapy setup. Then there will be next deformity, hallux rigidus. So hallux rigidus is stiffness of the first metatarsophalangeal joint. It is also called as young local trauma or osteochondritis dissecans. In older age, it is due to the gout or pseudo gout or OA. The pain on walking will be present, especially on the rough ground or slopes. And normally, like metatarsophalangeal joint or dorsal painful bunion will be present there. Restricted dorsiflexion of the compensatory hyperextension at interphalangeal joint will be seen, and rocker shawl shoes will be there. Extension osteotomy are done in the young patients, and colectomy is done on the old patients. Joint replacements are sometimes done in celiatic prosthesis with the celiatic prosthesis, and arthrodosis is also the choice of treatment. So as the name suggests, hallux rigidus, you can see that the hallux, the first metatarsal joint will be in rigid, in the stiffness. It won't have that flexibility or movement of flexion or extension at its metatarsophalangeal joint. And the causes we have discussed: gout, pseudo gout, or trauma. After the trauma, the symptoms will be pain, walking, especially on the walking, and the treatment we have discussed already. So hereby we have discussed two deformities of the foot, the hallux valgus and the hallux rigidus. Okay, so if you go through these two deformity, if you have any problem regarding two of these deformity, or anything more you want to learn about these two deformity, you can ask me on Google Meet class. Thank you. Hereby I'm ending this deformity, and hope you will all study well and ask me in the next Google